Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're looking at Avalanche and Fantom. What are the differences? We will be comparing Avalanche and Fantom because they've got some key similarities. Now essentially we will explore the differences between the two prominent smart contract platforms. We'll explore the foundation of both Fantom and Avalanche, and we'll also compare each platform functions on a technical level, and we'll have a look at what makes each of these platforms a little bit different and unique in their own ways. Now before we continue, allow me to declare this video is not financial advice, it's strictly for educational purposes. Now something to understand is the blockchain trilemma. Bitcoin and Ethereum have paved the way for blockchain industry. However, these legacy blockchains have found it challenging to order to meet the demands of user base. Now the blockchain trilemma refers to the issues of scaling without compromising on security, decentralization, or scalability. Now, Fantom and Avalanche aims to solve these blockchain trilemmas by establishing robust scalability and decentralized blockchain networks that are capable of processing high volumes of complex transactions. Now, let's start with Fantom, perhaps one of my most favorite cryptocurrency. Now, Fantom is open source, it's a smart blockchain platform, and it's EVM-compatible development ecosystem. Now, the platform provides enterprise-grade public and private blockchain solution. Plus, Avalanche has a thriving Web3 development community. Also, Avalanche supports common Ethereum tooling such as Truffle, Remix, and Solidity. This is ultimately a great thing for Avalanche. Now, Avalanche is entirely interoperable with Ethereum thanks to the Avalanche Ethereum bridge. Users can easily choose from 10 different virtual machines and validators that are set to create a bespoke development environment. And as most of you might know, the AVAX token is the native token of the Avalanche ecosystem. It's also important to note that Avalanche does rely on proof-of-stake mechanism that enables validators to stake Avalanche tokens to secure the network and validation and to validate transaction. Now on the other hand, ladies and gents, we have Fantom. Now Fantom is highly scalable. It's decentralized, it's a smart contract platform that enables blockchain protocols. The Fantom Opera mainnet is an Ethereum virtual machine. It is EVM compatible. It's a layer 1 blockchain to understand. It boasts fast, secure transactions confirmation with low fees. Extremely low fees. Both of these networks, both Fantom and Avalanche, they actually have an extremely low amount of fees on their network when transacting. Now in the case of Fantom, it actually makes it ideal for developers of decentralized applications. And it's the absolute same for Avalanche. They've both got a thriving ecosystem. Most notably it's Avalanche. They've got an ecosystem that just continues to grow. Over 264 dApps and services. Anything from DeFi, exchanges, gaming, enterprises, infrastructure tools, it continues. The Fantom ecosystem is always looking to expand. They want to develop more dApps and more applications. Fantom want to have a thriving ecosystem quite similar to Avalanche, quite similar to Solana, Cardano, Cosmos, and the list goes on. Now in the case of Fantom, they have over 200 plus dApps that are already deployed on Fantom. These are DEXs, cross-chain bridges, lending and borrowing, yield optimizers, NFT platforms, GameFi, tool, wallets. They've got a vast ecosystem and they continue to grow. This is why I favor Fantom and Avalanche in so many ways, because having dApps inherently makes them more valuable. Now using Fantom, developers can build and scale Ethereum apps without friction. Thanks to the novel direct acrylic graph based on ABFT consensus algorithm, developers can build and scale dApps without creating their own network layer. This has actually been extremely useful, as you can see. Now the Fantom network itself, the protocol governance by locking up tokens and securing the network via proof-of-stake mechanism. So both Fantom and Avalanche, they're both using proof-of-stake, which means that they're quite favorable in the community for token holders, but not so much for miners because there is no token to mine. There's only tokens to stake, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I actually quite like this mechanism. Now together, the tokens, they represent something quite unique. And today, that's what we're trying to understand. Both Fantom and Avalanche are leading EVM-compatible smart contract platforms. Avalanche has a more significant number of validators, making the network theoretically more decentralized. So there are some key differences. Avalanche has a faster transaction finality than Fantom as well. Also, 80% of the total Fantom supply is in circulation, compared with only 64% of the AVAX supply. Now, in terms of their compatibilities with wallets, this is where it gets quite interesting. Both Fantom and Avalanche are quite compatible with many wallets, from MetaMask, Ledger, Furthermore, both network features varying degrees of Ethereum compatibility. Avalanche and Fantom are both Solidity and EVM compatible. This makes them ideal competitors. As such, developers can easily deploy Ethereum smart contracts on both networks. Ethereum smart contracts are basically Ethereum apps, dApp applications. And these are the exact same applications Avalanche and Fantom are trying so desperately to attract. And once again, this is not a bad thing, ladies and gents. Now, when it comes to scaling, both platforms, they aim to reduce bottlenecks by processing higher volumes of transactions at lower costs than legacy layer 1 blockchain. Both Fantom and Avalanche can process around 4,500 transactions per second. The average transaction finality on Fantom is around 1 second. However, Avalanche has an average below 2 seconds, making it slightly slower. Also, Fantom takes the novel approach to scaling by giving each application its own self-contained blockchain and tokenomic structure. Moreover, both blockchain networks facilitate scalability more efficiently than legacy blockchains. Now, to finish upon this video, we will do a price analysis of both of the tokens. I have really strong expectations for both of these tokens in the near future and in the long term as well. But to finish upon, you need to understand that Avalanche and Fantoms are pretty evenly matched in terms of scalability and popularity. Both networks benefit from a DAG-based consensus mechanism. However, Avalanche emerges as the winner in terms of market cap and total value locked away. As for now, Avalanche is the bigger token in terms of market cap and popularity and value as well. Avalanche is nearing 5 billion in market cap. For Fantom, it's considerably a smaller network in terms of value and in terms of popularity. Market cap for Fantom sits around 573 million. But one of the major reasons for this is because the amount of tokens that Fantom have is vastly more than Avalanche. There are 2.5 billion circulating tokens of Fantom tokens in circulation, while circulating token for Avalanche is 295 million. Max tokens is 720. Now, market cap often depends on the amount of tokens and the amount of people who are buying tokens. So the market cap can be quite misleading sometimes. So it doesn't show everything. But it can be quite valuable to judge them based on market cap when the supply is similar. But in this case, it is not very similar. The supplies are vastly different. But even if the supplies were the exact same, I still believe that Avalanche would still hold the upper hand. It's simply just more popular at the time, especially with buyers. But my long-term perspective on Fantom are still huge. I do believe that this token can be within the next 1 to 3 years. You're probably looking at this token being over $1, $2, $3. Right now it's only 22 cents, but you have to understand this is where it's undervalued. The entire market is undervalued right now. Now for Avalanche on the other hand, long term, 1 to 3 years, we're definitely looking at Avalanche being in the $100 to $200 to $300 range. I've done multiple analysis on both of these tokens. I have those videos up on this channel, so I do recommend you checking those out if you have more questions. But this was my review. This was my comparison between Fantom and Avalanche. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let's have a discussion.